a peaceful college town shattered forever. 4 young lives brutally ended in the dead of night. No warning, no known motive, just silence, until the chilling truth emerged. This is the story of the 2022 University of Idaho killings, a case that stunned a community and captivated the nation. And at the center of it all, Bryan Kohberger, a criminology Ph.D. student with a dark secret. Captured on camera, a car matching Kohberger's vehicle circled the victim's home multiple times in the early hours, a haunting prelude to the horror inside. On November 13, 2022, 4 University of Idaho students were found stabbed to death in an off-campus rental home on King Road in Moscow, Idaho. Ethan Chapin, Madison Mogan, Xana Kernadal, and Kaylee Goncalves, young, vibrant, and full of promise, were taken in a senseless act of violence. The community was left searching for answers. Who could commit such a brutal crime?
And why?
The night of November 12, 2022, began like any other for the 4 University of Idaho students. Some were out at a bar, others attending a fraternity event. But as the clock ticked past midnight, something sinister was unfolding. At 3:30 a.m., surveillance cameras caught a white Hyundai Elantra slowly driving past the victim's rental home on King Road. Minutes later, it circled the block again. Then, at 4:04 a.m., the car passed by one final time.
Like these security videos from a camera on a house near the murder scene. Videos that show a white sedan, a car that investigators believe was driven by Bryan Kohberger, making repeated passes of the King Road house that night before the murders.
Inside the home, the 4 students were likely asleep, unaware of the danger lurking outside. Between 3:30 and 4:15 a.m., a brutal attack took place. Each victim was stabbed multiple times. Some had defensive wounds, but others were taken completely by surprise. But the nightmare did not end there. The car vanished into the night, and the suspect's phone went dark. It was turned off from 2:47 a.m. until 4:48 a.m., in the end erasing any digital trace of his movements during these critical time windows. Hours later, around noon, the surviving roommates returned home, growing concerned when they found no response from upstairs. They called 911 and police arrived to a horrifying scene. Within a few weeks, investigators quickly pieced together the chilling puzzle. The white Hyundai Elantra was traced to Bryan Kohberger, a criminology Ph.D. student living just miles away at the nearby Washington State University. His phone records revealed it was turned off during the estimated time of the murders, which suggests an attempt to hide his location. But who exactly is Bryan Kohberger? Bryan Christopher Kohberger was born in Pennsylvania and was pursuing a Ph.D. in criminology at Washington State University, just 8 miles from the University of Idaho. Described by professors as brilliant and a great writer, he was also a teaching assistant until reports surfaced of increasingly belligerent behavior, culminating in his dismissal shortly after the murders. It's chilling to consider that someone studying criminal behavior could be accused of committing such a horrific act. Kohberger's academic brilliance and troubling personal history, including past struggles with depression and dissociation, paint a complex picture. Despite the horror, the murder weapon was never recovered, but prosecutors revealed Kohberger had purchased a large K-bar knife matching the blades used in the attack. New details emerged in the May 2025 Dateline episode, The Terrible Night on King Road. Months before the murders, Kohberger attended a pool party where he exchanged contact information with a woman named Holly, who later declined to engage further. Law enforcement records also show Kohberger made calls to a phone linked to his parents shortly before the murders. These insights add layers to the timeline and raise questions about Kohberger's state of mind and movements leading up to the tragic night. Nearly 7 weeks after the murders, Kohberger was arrested in Pennsylvania based on DNA evidence collected from trash at his family home, surveillance footage, and phone data. He faces 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of felony burglary, with the possibility of the death penalty. The trial is set to begin in August 2025 and is expected to last several months, drawing intense national attention. The murders devastated the University of Idaho community and the town of Moscow, which had not seen a murder in 5 years. Friends and family continue to seek justice and answers as the trial approaches. This case is a stark reminder that darkness can lurk even in the most peaceful places. As the trial unfolds, the nation watches closely, hoping for truth and closure. If you want to stay updated on this case and other true crime stories, subscribe and hit the notification bell. What do you think motivated this chilling crime? Let us know in the comments below.